Love and Marriage DC. So Chris and Mo still going through it. Okay. Mo says that she isn't trying to put him down. Okay. It takes away from what he brings. Well, she says she's not trying to put him down because she don't want to take away from what he brings or whatever. She says she just wants balance. But my thing is this, because y'all know she was asking him the question of like, yo, Chris, did you gain anything from when we went over to Africa or whatever the case was? And I just still feel like his emotions does not have to be your emotions, and you can't fault him for that. And you just got to let it be what it is. Okay. I know you want balance, but I feel like some of that balance will be honoring how he feels in that moment. And if he didn't get anything in that moment, that's fine. It doesn't mean that he's not going to come back later on and be like, you know what, babe, as I reflected, I did feel this, I did feel that, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta cool it down, man. Just chill out. Just fall back for just a second, okay? Everybody not gonna respond how you respond to things, and that's just what it is. So he says that he has been working on those things, but she not seeing a whole lot. Okay. And I feel like she's judging based on the past. I definitely understand her frustration, not the past, but over the years, right? And how she's evolved in comparison to how he has evolved. So Chris says that men don't think emotional and in depth as women do, and he's right. They don't. They don't at all. They don't at all. Doesn't mean that they can't get there. All right. But y'all just gotta, I think it may require patience. And I understand that they have been married for many years, and people may be like, oh, well, you know what? I mean, they've been married for 10 years, like patience, like she's been patient enough. And I get that. But as long as you're in a marriage, you're always going to have patience, for your mate. Because I mean, if y'all are together for decades, how he was in his 30s ain't gonna be how he gonna be in his 40s. And when he get in his 50s, it's not gonna be the same as when he was in. It's just gonna be, you just gotta have patience, okay? So that's just what it is. And if she wants it for the long haul, then I think she should be patient. But I don't see nothing wrong with her trying to get more out of him, because sometimes you need to apply that type of pressure to people for them to change. So he also has to be open to hearing her, all the same, if she wants to get a response back from him. So they just need to continue to stick in that therapy that they're working on. All right, so let's move on. Jamie's daughter brought him by the house to fix something, but really she just wanted to tell him, listen, it's always your way or the highway. And you got to understand that we grown now, and you can't run everything. Now, we may come to you for a coin here and there, but you're still not in charge of the things that we do. So when it comes to my little brother, Jason, y'all have done so much for him. This is his way of trying to offload y'all of some of that pressure by going off and gaining some independence on his own. So give him room to doing that. Okay. So it seems like Jamie is going to be receptive to what she has to say and allow his son to flourish. Like, you're not going to know what he can do until you ease up off his back and let him show you what it is that he can do, even with his disability. So it is what it is. Winter tells Mo, they link up. She tells Mo about linking up with her homegirls and how her homegirls were not nice to her. Okay. She talked about how rude Ashley is. Winter talks about Ashley having a man that's fun size. And I said, not you over here talking about somebody being fun size like a sneaker. Okay. Not you over here talking about somebody being fun size when you had a whole old man that you had to make sure that you chewed up before his damn expiration date came and it expired. Yes, please use by certain date. Yes, ma'am. Not you over here trying to comfort this lady's size husband when you was over here dealing with this old ass man. And not to mention, you didn't even know anything about the fun size or whatever, or the meal or the piece of candy that you was finna encounter. You didn't know anything about it. Did you? Girl, I didn't even know that candy had been sent down there in that damn basement for God knows how long. For how long? So at this point, it's probably past its expiration date. While you over here trying to talk about this lady and her husband, I didn't really like that. I don't know about Winter, y'all. I don't know about Winter. That's just me. I don't know about Miss Winter World. But anyway, and you trying to come for somebody, girl, you will forever be a laughing joke talking about you a relationship therapist and you didn't even do that. And then not only are you a relationship therapist, let's get into it. You're a mother. Let's remove the relationship. Let's talk about you being a mom and you didn't even do your adequate research on the man that you are in a relationship with. Never met this man. Never met him, then decided that you're finna go off and marry him, and then stand up here trying to intertwine your families, and you ain't even do the proper research to make sure you even know who this is you bringing around your kids. But you're a relationship expert. Y'all not finna tell me nothing, okay? I'm not changing on Miss Winter right now, okay? I'm not changing on Miss Winter at this time, girl, okay? And just because you brought your information to the forefront and somebody did a little piece of a judging on you, okay, because it didn't really add up, Girl, now you trying to sit up here and play victim. Like, oh my God, you're trying to shame me. You're trying to shame. So am I inadequate? So can I not do this because I had a failed marriage? To a lot of people, that is true. Yeah, if you're not successful in a certain area, a lot of people don't want to take advice from a person that's not successful. It's just what it is. You acting like people just really coming down on you. Like, I wouldn't personally feel comfortable being a relationship expert telling my people how to do things when it comes to their relationships and not exercising any of the things that I said. You are a walking business. You are a walking brand, ma'am, and you're not exercising that. So yeah, they're gonna drag your ass, and it's just what it is. Okay, you're not. Sorry. Let's move on. Winter calls out Ashley for being real loud about her situation, but real quiet about her own. What situation does she have that she needs to be loud about? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not. Winter could possibly have a point about that. I do think people do that often, where they feel like, yeah, you could talk about what's going on with me, but you can't talk about what's going on in your life because you don't want the judgment, but you want to sit up here and judge me. So we may find out more details at a later time when it comes to Ashley's situation. So Winter may not be wrong in that. Jason got accepted to Doors, so shout out to him for that. What else? The ladies link up at a later time. They go to this little selfie spot, and Monique tells them about what Winter said about them hanging out. Right? So Ashley not featuring Winter at this time and thinks that she's scamming just like her mother and husband. And I was cackling. Mo says her friends said they heard about the rumors on Quick. And so at this point, Ashley like, rumors on Quick. Like, what rumors? What was it? Because I haven't heard anything. What are we talking about here? Let's get into it. So what was so funny to me, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about Ashley, but so far I do like Ashley. And I loved how she approached Winter. Winter couldn't even step inside the selfie room before she said, so what was it? What you said about me and my husband? Like, girl, I said, let's get to it. Let's get to it real quick. Listen, like, we ain't got to play. We ain't got to hug. We ain't got to act like we cool for real, girl. Let's talk about it. Like, come on. What's up? I was like, yes, that's comical. Like, let her tell it. What did you say? So Winter says that she didn't believe the rumors, but she did hear them. Girl, you did believe them. If you even heard them, okay? Because you definitely talked about it to Monique as though you really heard them, right? I mean, as if you really believed them and you knew all about them. So you knew exactly what you were doing, Miss Girl. So Winter tells Irena that she be playing both sides. I guess, girl. I just feel like if Irena don't really know neither one of y'all for real. I think Irena is just not playing both sides or being I just think she's just speaking from what she sees, because Irena don't want no mess for real. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she will call out Ashley if she's wrong, and she'll do the same for you. So if that's playing both sides, then it is what it is. But I don't think Irena was playing both sides. Yeah, but y'all tell me what y'all see. Okay, so when Winter said, what in the ghetto gala is happening right now? I was wondering the same thing because I started to get confused during this argument. The argument started to lose me, and I just started to wander off and get on my damn phone. I'm just like, what's going on over here? Okay, what's happening? Because I'm confused now. All right. So what else happened? For me, it was Monique saying, oh my God, I feel so uncomfortable. Okay, I feel so uncomfortable with all of this. Everybody's arguing. I said, not you being uncomfortable when you the one that got it started. You knew what you were doing. Like, what do you mean? Okay, it definitely was giving off produced. You could barely sit down and talk to the ladies and be like, what's going on? You just immediately sat down and started talking about yourself. Like, so I went to Africa. I came back from Tanzania. I don't know how many times Monique said that this episode, but girl, you can give us $100 for each time that you mentioned it. Okay. I went to Tanzania. Oh my God, I could have just stayed in Tanzania. She just kept saying, But anyway, I went and talked to Winter. And I was like, Monique, yeah, producers got in your ear and said, girl, you don't go here to have this conversation. We need you to pull it out. But I will say, I think this episode was the best episode out of all of the ones that they've had, and it wasn't even like the bickering that happened at the end. It was just I don't know if it was the music or what, but this episode from beginning to end was much better than I was more interested until they got to the argument towards the end, right? They started to kind of lose me. But it was much better. So I said I was with Ashley on this. Like, I want Winter to shut up. The last thing I captured was when Winter said, "You keep bringing up my relationship," and Ashley said, "BLT ain't bring up your relationship. You brought up your relationship." And I said, "Let's go." She did. You did. Come on, Mia, come on from Potomac and let us know. You did bring up your relationship, ma'am. It was you. All right. They just had their judgments about it. But either way, let's move on. Okay. Then she gonna sit up there. Girl, I love when Irina said, "Girl, you gotta go." You're gonna have to go. She was like, "Oh, I would love to go, Irina. Okay, I would love to go, because had I known I was gonna come up here, girl, I would have wore my flats. I would have not have worn no heels to come up in some selfie box or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, then, girl, I will go. I don't know why you still standing up here talking in your heels if they hurt so bad, girl. Go on, run along and get in the car. Thank you. Let's keep going." So, what else is happening? Jamie and Irina are investors, or they started their own real estate company. So they went to this house that doesn't seem to be on a good side of town, but they're going to renovate it, right? So they had the house for about a year. When they walked into the home, I felt like, this y'all first property that y'all got? I'm not seeing it be successful. And because I strongly do not see this property being successful, excuse me, I would like for Carlos them to follow this property to see how successful it's going to end up being, because it's just too much work to be done. And I hate the fact that y'all bought this house a year ago and have not tended to it at all. And then y'all have the audacity to sit up there and say, "We don't want any squatters," but you're not doing anything to prevent the squatters. How do y'all go downstairs through the basement and just walk in without a key? Girl, ain't no way I'm finna secure a property. Do you hear what I say? And in some states, it's not easy to get squatters out of a home. Hello? So, and I think legally or whatever, but if that's the case, at least y'all could afford a door and a lock. Like, let me at least change those two things, okay? Let me make a harder door for them to get in. Let me take care of that, and maybe even take care of some windows. I know within a year, y'all could have afforded that at the minimum. Like, come on now. Come on. And then you walk in the house, still got trash and everything. I'm like, "Oh, baby, y'all are in for the time of y'all lives." And I don't know if you're going to get the return of investment that you're looking for. I don't know how much they paid for it. And looking at the house, I'm like, "Girl, they probably paid about $20,000 for their home. It probably wasn't even a whole lot." But at the same time, y'all gotta probably, like, girl, you don't know if they got termites or what's going on under the foundation, under that. Like, girl, y'all gonna have to really pull up some stuff. And they done brought these other two people in, like, "Hey, it got a good foundation." I said, "Do it? Do we have a good foundation in this neighborhood? Does it?" Girl, cut it out. Y'all gonna be in over y'all head, I do believe. So I definitely want to see what's going to happen. So I hope that they follow this property. What else? Let's see what happens. So later on outside, we could see where Jamie and Irina got into an argument because she felt like she missed her best friend's birthday party because of him. When he came outside, he was yelling at her for whatever reason. I guess he had his own stuff going on. And I feel like Jamie strikes me as that person that when he's going through it, everybody else around him got to go through it too. He just gives me like that. That's just the energy that he brings. So she kind of got frustrated. She started to cry. She was upset or whatever. But I do feel like it wasn't fair for her to put all of that off on her husband. Like it was his fault that she didn't go to a birthday party. You left the prior event with those ladies' energy. That's what it was. You had more of their energy on you because you were there for more hours than you were with your husband. So to put that off on him like that was his fault, I don't think that was fair at all. I don't. But I did like how towards the end, they pretty much got over it. You know what I'm saying? Like real, I mean, they pushed past it. At least that's what it seemed like towards the end of the conversation. Because I think she started to talk about what happened at the event with the ladies and stuff like that. Kind of like when Monique and them, even though, they kind of got into it, they pushed past it. It was what it was. It's a common thing in relationships. So that was pretty much the episode. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. They brought it. The argument was my favorite part. Was it? Okay. I like how their houses are built in DC and Baltimore. Aren't they called row homes? I honestly do not know. The gentrifiers are buying properties worse than that in DC for millions. That property will sell. But see, that's the thing. They're trying to rent it out. Now, I think it would probably behoove them to fix it up and sell it. That's where I think they're going to get their return at. But to rent it out, I don't know, because then you got to actually find people to come in and live in that home. And a lot of people choose their homes based on the environment outside. So it may not be, they may not, You know what I'm saying? Now, if they want to do a little Section 8, fix it up, you know what I'm saying? Put a price on it, maybe have a certain family live there that you go guarantee get a check from the government, right? But if there, I would sell it. I would sell it after doing all those. I think it would be best. I think you have a point when it comes to selling. What else? Ain't no house in DC for no 20,000. Okay, not even for that side. Okay. It's hard to get squatters out in DC in particular. I figured that. Monique, you fought on national TV. Please shut up. Okay. Um, Monique did some sauce on the. Oh, she added something. She put some sauce on that story. Child, she was wrong, and I think that Winter called her out about that. I think Winter called her out about that. Exactly, Jamie. Monique needed to carry the bones to get things started. Very similar to Giselle. Oh wow, Got to be careful with that role that you play, because then them same people you done brought on will be trying to be the same ones to push you out. I actually don't mind that, but don't be disingenuous. Gotcha. Let's see. Winter was saying stuff, and then she backtracked in her argument with Ashley. And that's what I think got me. I started to get confused. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? What? Huh? Okay, I guess. I like Ashley, but I feel like she's doing too much. I don't think it was that serious to be coming at people crazy like you want to fight. I don't know if it was that she was coming at her like she wanted to fight, but she definitely was yelling at her, but I don't think she was trying to fight the woman. But that's just, how I perceived it. I think she just didn't like how she told one story to Monique and then turned around and said something else to her when primarily it was Monique. Girl, you knew you was a messy for that. But anyway, y'all ready to switch gears? What? Monique is definitely wants Chris to respond to things like she does. It's exhausting. Yeah, I gotta be okay with that. They're not the same people. I do understand it gets frustrated though. I do understand that, because sometimes it can leave you feeling like you're misunderstood yourself, but the whole time the other person feeling misunderstood too, because they trying to express themselves and they can't express themselves how they want to. They got to express themselves how you want. So it can be extremely stressful. So they're going to have to continue to work on that communication. And I also think that's going to come with patience. And I also think you're going to have to sometimes give grace. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give a little grace up in that thing, but make no mistakes about it. He do need to get it together, because I do feel like Chris sometimes come off like he doing everything right and that he doesn't have to do anything else. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm always having to switch some stuff up. Let's see if this helps here. There we go. Perfect. That should work. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. All right. Oh, girl, this is definitely going much longer than what your girl had expected. So let's get it together. Hold on. What field? Southeast is the new spot. So for full price, what's Southeast? How much? What y'all talking about? That area looks like Southeast. Great. See, okay, Southeast DC. Now I'm gonna go pull up my real estate access, and I'm gonna be looking up at this stuff and see how much these things cost in the area. I'm used to houses run down like that to cost like extremely, extremely low, which is why corporations and different folks come in and they buy up those type of properties, because they're easy grab. And then they build and put $1 million properties over there, and then it changes the market drastically in the area. Okay, if the house is in Southeast DC, it was $300,000. Okay, I'm gonna look that up, girl. Look at me. Let me slide over here. I'm gonna have to check that out. See what they got over there. Okay, we can continue this conversation at a later time, but I'm definitely going to look that up. Just give me a county. Give me a few counties over there, and we're gonna check it out. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and scoot over.